Hello everyone, welcome to week 2. This week we're going to be tackling section 1.5 and 1.5 is a long section, so I've broken it up into A, B, and C. So each part is normally one class, so those will be your 3 lessons for the week. And so this week we're just tackling 1.5. And what 1.5 is about exponential notation, and we're going to be learning some exponent rules. So first we need to review what is an exponent. An exponent tells us how many times we are multiplying the base by itself. So here, the 2 is the base and the 4 is the exponent. So here we are multiplying this base 4 times. So we get 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Next, we're going to look at what about negative signs with the base. So here we have 2 examples. We have -5 with brackets, exponent 2, and we have -5 exponent 2. If the negative sign is inside the brackets with the base, we need to include it in our multiplications, like this one. Otherwise, we leave it out front, like this one. So what this one is saying is -5 times -5, and we have 2 negatives that are multiplying each other, so we get a positive, and our answer is 25. What this one is saying is we have -1, so anytime you just have a negative, it means -1. And then 5 times 5, like this. So here we have 5 times 5, this gives us 25, and we just have one negative, so we get -25. Okay. This next chart, this shows the summary of all of the different exponent laws. We're going to be going through these one at a time. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7. So we're going to be working with these over the next week. Okay, but if you're doing your homework and you want to have a summary of everything of all the different laws, everything that we're working on, then you can have this open next to you. It's a good place to just have a review of everything. Open on your desk. All right. So first we're going to be starting off looking at exponents of 0 and 1. So if we have any base to the 1, it's just that base. So 2 to the 1 is just 2, x to the 1 is just x, okay, for any number. So a means any number. If we have a to the 0, so let's say 2 to the 0, or 3 to the 0, or 1 to the 0. Any number to the 0 becomes a 1. And the only thing that it can't be, this a, the base, can't be 0. You can't have 0 to the 0. Okay? But anything else that's not 0, then this becomes 1. So if you were going to simplify that, here you have 5 to the 0, so that just equals 1. Here you have 5 to the 1, that just equals 5. Okay, so that's the first 2 rules, so they're fairly simple. Next, we have the product rule. So the product rule says, if you have the same base, so here we have an A and an A, so notice that they have to be the same base, but you have different exponents and they're multiplying each other, then you can add those exponents together. So here we check, we have 4 to the 3 times 4 to the 4. So the base, the 4s are the same. So what we can do now is we can say 4 to the 3 plus 4. So we've taken our exponents, our 3 and our 4, and now we're adding the exponents. So if the bases are being multiplied, then you can add the exponents. And this becomes 4 to the 7. Here's another example, except instead of using a letter, instead of using a number, it's using a letter. Here we have x to the 6 times x to the 10. So check, our bases are the same. So this becomes x to the 6 plus 10, which becomes x to the 16. That's the product rule. So if you have exponents on the same bases that are multiplying each other, then you add them. Next, we have the quotient rule. So in the quotient rule, if you have the same base again, but they're dividing, so here they're dividing, so anytime you have something on the top and something on the bottom of a fraction, that means they're dividing. So in this case with division, then you can subtract the exponents. But again, you need to have the same base. So this becomes, we leave our brackets the way they are, so -4 in brackets, 5 minus 2. So we'll write our brackets the same, -4. 5 minus 2 gives us 3. So here we have division written out with a division sign. So this is the same as saying x to the 6 over x. Now, remember what we learned in the last rule. If there is no exponent written here, it means that the exponent is actually a 1. So no exponent given means that it's an exponent of 1. X to the 6 minus 1, since it's dividing, will give you an answer of x to the 5. So now you're going to pause here and you're going to go to page 42 and you're going to try number 1, just the left-hand side, and you're going to try number 2, just the left-hand side. And then come back for the next video.